It's day 7 of the Great Spoon Shortage. Your neighbor, old Mrs. Henderson, just declared her garden shed an independent tea republic, demanding tariffs in tea bags. And a rogue Roomba, armed with a tiny plastic sword, is patrolling the street, confiscating anything it deems uncrumb-like. How do you just exist without attracting that kind of attention? Hey survivors, welcome back to our channel, the hand-drawn guide to staying mostly functional when the world gets weird. Today, we're sketching exactly how to turn your humble abode into a ghost town purely for laughs and fictional preparedness. In the grand tradition of fictional post-apocalyptic architects, the goal isn't to build a fortress. Oh no, the goal is to build a blip, a smudge on the radar, a place so utterly forgettable, it actively repels attention, like a negative magnet for trouble. Forget fortify, we're talking fictionalize. Let's dive into the mad survivalist's guide to hiding in plain sight. Scenario number 1, the Beige-Out Blunder. Picture this, your home. Now picture it again, but beige. Not just beige paint, but beige philosophy. Your curtains, beige. Your garden gnomes, beige. Even the air around your house feels vaguely beige. This is the ultimate gray man strategy for your domicile, making it so incredibly, mind-numbingly unremarkable, it fades into the very fabric of the background radiation. Check the sketch. See this house? It's not just beige, it's aggressively beige. It has a beige mailbox, a beige welcome mat that says, "Hello, I am not interesting," and even a beige garden hose coiled impeccably. The sheer monotony is a deterrent. Who wants to raid a beige house? It probably only contains beige thoughts and beige crackers. The danger here? You might forget where you live. Scenario number 2, the decoy disaster zone. This is where we get artistic. If your home looks too functional, you're a target. So make it look like a disaster already happened. A controlled, artful disaster. Check the sketch. We've got one window artfully smashed, perhaps with a rubber chicken sticking out. There's a pile of old, unreadable newspapers from 1987 spilling from a trash can. A few deflated pool toys scattered on the lawn. A carefully placed sign that reads, "Caution, sentient dust bunnies." The idea is to create an illusion of utter desolation, but one that implies no remaining value. It suggests, move along folks, the good stuff was gone weeks ago. Now it's just dust and possibly very grumpy sentient lint. It's not about being secure, it's about being already salvaged in a comedic, cartoonish way. Scenario number 3, the urban fauna faux pas. Sometimes the best deterrents are the ones that already exist. In a post-apocalyptic urban landscape, the animal kingdom adapts, and so should your home. See this little guy in the corner? That's Gerald the pigeon whisperer. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to convince the local pigeon population that your roof is the place for a very loud, very dramatic pigeon convention. Nothing says nothing to see here like 1,000 flapping, cooing, surprisingly aggressive birds. Or, if pigeons aren't your style, train the local squirrels to perform complex acrobatic feats whenever someone approaches your property. Beware of squirrels sign suddenly becomes a lot more intimidating when the squirrels are doing synchronized backflips on your fence. It's not about physical harm, it's about overwhelming, feathery, or bushy-tailed confusion. Scenario number 4, the Bureaucratic Barrier. Ah, the ultimate weapon against intrusion, paperwork. Nothing strikes fear into the heart of a fictional scavenger like the suggestion of official, complex, and utterly pointless bureaucracy. Check the sketch. Your front door isn't just a door, it's plastered with signs. Permit required for entry, see Form 7B Delta. Unauthorized loitering subject to filing of complaint Form 9 Omega. Warning, property currently undergoing mandatory assessment for historical tree preservation. None of these forms exist, of course. But the implication of endless, soul-crushing administrative hurdles is often enough. Who has the energy for that? It's a hilarious, non-actionable way to make people think, nope, not worth the imaginary red tape. Scenario number 5, the anti-aesthetic assault. This strategy is about making your home actively unpleasantly noticeable, but in a way that makes people want to avoid it. Check the sketch. A front yard festooned with perpetually deflating party balloons. A broken garden gnome wearing a pirate hat and perpetually playing a tiny out-of-tune kazoo from a hidden speaker. Your welcome mat actually says, proceed at your own existential risk. The goal is to make your home look so unappealing, so full of bizarre, low-stakes mayhem that any rational or even irrational person thinks, yeah, I'm just gonna walk past that. Whatever's going on in there is probably best left undisturbed. It's not about danger. It's about making your home the most wonderfully, hilariously inconvenient place on the block. So, bottom line, when things go sideways, don't just think about what you need to survive. Think about what you don't need to draw attention. Keep your sense of absurdity. It's the only tool you can't misplace, and it definitely makes for a less interesting target in our imaginary apocalypse. That's it for today's page from the Apocalypse Sketchbook. If this entertained you for at least 5 minutes, hit like, drop your funniest hypothetical survival idea in the comments, and subscribe, so the next disaster feels slightly more ridiculous. Stay sharp, stay weird, and I'll see you in the ruins, the imaginary ones.